Hi everyone, I'm Simon from Sterling Coaching. You saw me a little bit earlier today getting ready for the demo and the trial of the ride. Now bear in mind, I go on the Peloton exercise app and on my exercise bike probably three or four times a week, but I only do 30 minutes at a time. And on the 31st of October, I'm going to be doing over 8 hours in the saddle, doing my whole business day whilst riding my exercise bike. So today was about stretching that time in the saddle, but also about looking at the technology and the setup. So I spent quite a few hours last night setting it all up, making sure that I got cameras, lights, different devices to control, more to do for next week because I need more access to technology next week. I didn't want to completely disable the desk that I'm on here now. But technology-wise, it all went well. A few lessons I learned along the way whilst I was obviously pedaling away, raising money for the great cause, the fundraising for the charity Sense, which you can do by going to the Just Giving page. And it is really about helping children that are either completely deaf and blind or they are deaf and blind, impaired in some way. And of course, the parents and carers that look after them as well. And if you want to find out more about my passion behind this and the good cause that they do, then please check out the Just Giving page. And you can also visit their website as well. So what lessons did I learn from today? Well, that's an interesting one. The first lesson that I learned really across the whole of the 2.25 hours I was on the bike for was that I need to slow down. My natural rhythm, my natural pedaling rhythm is actually about 15 mile an hour on the exercise bike. And that was way too fast. So it was leaving me a little bit breathless during the networking event. It was certainly not sustainable for an 8-hour period. So I managed to eventually get it down to about 12 miles an hour. But that still meant that during just over the 2 hours, I did over 26 miles of distance. So I need to make sure I cover that down. So we're going to be well over the 100 miles next Tuesday. The other lesson I learned, as well as slow down, is not to drink too much too quickly. Now, I know sips are better than gulps for cramp, but it wasn't so much that. It was the fact that actually I want to be doing I'm only going to be doing toilet breaks. I'm not going to be taking a lunch break or anything like this next week. I'm just going to be doing toilet breaks. And what I realised is that I probably drank too much at the beginning, and then about midway through the networking event, and I didn't tell anybody else on the networking event, by the way, but I really needed to go and have a pee. So I need to make sure that I pace myself on the speed and also on the drinking as well. I also used my cycling shoes, which I use when I go mountain biking outside. I haven't worn them for a long while. I decided not to do the clip-ins and just use the flatbeds with the straps on. But what I found was that these are outdoor shoes, so my feet were sweating and they were getting quite uncomfortable in the shoes. So I need to find a better set of shoes that are going to allow more ventilation, reduce the sweating and wicker some of that sweat away in my feet as well. And one final thing just to share with you, and I'll just show this image here because this is about standing up, okay? Because one of the things that I realised, that I knew it was going to be uncomfortable. I knew sitting in the saddle for that length of time was going to be uncomfortable. But when you're talking to clients, when I was on the network meeting for over 2 hours, obviously my restrictions on standing up are quite high because people don't want to see you going up and down, up and down, up and down as you're standing up on the bike. Some people said, "Oh, it's making me feel a bit ill watching you do that." So literally for the whole of the networking event, I think I had about 2 episodes where I actually turned the camera off, stood up, just to relieve a bit of pressure from the seat. But to stand up and just get that pressure off, because I'm going to be spending 8 hours in a saddle, I know that I'm going to have to stand up. I know I'm going to have to get out of the seat. So I'm going to have to find a way of doing that. So what I'm going to do, as you can see now, I can move around here and it doesn't have the same effect that it does when I'm actually in full camera like this and I'm moving around. So I'm going to come up with some scenes on my technology that allow me, when I'm standing up, to show perhaps other images. So I get some charity images or something like that up, just to show on screen, so that actually I can get out of the saddle, take a little bit of pressure off that seat, both my seat that I'm sit on and the cycle seat as well, and just take a little bit of pressure off and relieve the soreness of that. But overall, it was a good test. I'm so glad that I did a trial run. And I think, I always like to try and tie this into business lessons, because this is 8 hours in the saddle for, as during my business day. And some of the things I've talked about doing a trial, testing, the lessons that I've learned. If you've got any project, if you've got anything that you are doing, these lessons are really, really important, particularly the hydration, the resources, testing the technology, and the slowing down. Really, really important. Because if I'd have gone at that level of 15, 16 mile an hour, then that's going to be hard work. And I take my hat off to Denis Morton, who's my favourite Peloton cycling instructor and yoga instructor, and all the other people around the world that take fitness classes of any type. Because exercising and talking to the people who are participating is really, really difficult. I didn't realise how difficult and how out of breath I would come. So credit to you all for doing that. I take my hat off to you. Of course, you can still give. I'm going to be ramping up the fundraising claims during the next few days. Please help me reach that £1,000 plus target. And if you've got any targets, if you've got any things that you want to achieve in your business, please share them. If you've got any charity causes, please share them. Please take away some of the insights from today. And I think Jim Collins shares in his book, Great by Choice, fire musket balls before you fire the cannonballs. That's what I've done today. I've done 2 hours today before I do my 8 hours on October 31st. So if you've got anything in your business that you're doing, do the same. Fire the musket balls before the cannonballs. Do the trial before the full launch. Make sure you test, you measure, and you learn from your lessons, whatever it is, whether it's something in life, whether it's something in your business. And of course, help me by going to my Just Giving page and help me raise as much money as I can for this incredible charity of Sense, so that more deaf, blind children can get the help that they need here in the UK and around the world, so that they can have a better quality of life, and help me also get through this challenge and give me your support. Even if it's a small amount or a large amount, or whether it's just sharing all the posts, sharing these videos. Please share these videos wherever you're watching it. Share them on your social media. Please give me as much promotion as you can. Everything you do is gratefully received. And as you can see, I've actually had a shower. I've got ready for work, and I'm going to carry on with the rest of my working day. Hopefully this is giving you a few insights, and I really look forward to seeing you on perhaps tomorrow's video as well. Might not be a video tomorrow, might be a text post, because I've got a few hospital tests tomorrow, and I'll probably tell you a little bit more about what's been going on with my health after this event, because most of you will probably say I shouldn't be doing the event, but I am doing it under medical supervision, so please watch out for this space, and the giving link is across there. Bye for now.